Am I audible? So class will start now. Vaibhav, good morning. Vishal, good morning. Okay, I am audible, right? ठीक है. So we'll start today's lecture. But before that, let me just confirm that why the attendance are so less because we have it's already 7-8 minutes more. So only 43 people have joined since it's Saturday. Guys, please respond. So have you all tried with the yesterday session that we have taken, like we have taken in the yesterday, right? About the prime numbers and all kind of logics. Have you tried on your own? It was working or not? Shivam, it was working or not? Yes, cool. So it was pretty simple, right? Not get the solution. Why, Hariharan? Can you please brief me? What kind of issue that you are facing for number divide by two? Okay, cool. ठीक है. Try Hariharan. Have you tried? ठीक है. No problem. So since you then only you are not able to find the solution. Is that what you meant? Okay, cool. ठीक है, no problem. We'll start it. Just a second. I'll be sharing my screen in a while. But before that, I need to do something. Just a second. ठीक है. Okay, let me share my screen and let you people know. Just a second. What happens in this? Okay, is there anything else that you want me to cover apart from this question? Do you have any doubt till today's lecture? We'll be solving some more problem today. All right, and we'll be focusing more on problem-oriented things like problem solving majorly. ठीक है? Okay, so let me just share my screen now. Since I think so, a lot of people have joined. I think it's still 45 only. ठीक है, no problem. चलो, I'll share my screen. Just confirm once you can able to see my screen. Am I visible? Not yet visible. Okay. Now is it visible or not? Yes. Just a second. Okay, I have shared my screen now. Let me just confirm once you can able to see the screen. Okay, it won't be having any issue now. Okay, so we'll go into the Firefox quickly and we'll write the logic. Okay, so let's say yesterday I don't know what we have written, but let's just start with the scratch. Okay, we'll develop a function called as is prime, we'll take the input of number. Cool. Inside this, we will check like majorly what the condition of the prime number, you know it, right? Okay, so we'll inside this we will initialize a loop. Okay, I is equals to 0. I should less than. This condition was bit tricky, right? Okay, and 0 and 1 number and 2 number was also tricky. Okay, so we'll develop a particular solution in which we'll handle the 0, 1 and 2. All right, so we'll just check. We'll just check that no, first of all, like yesterday I told you ki, if any number is there, like if n is your number, then you can go up to n by 2 or mat the square root of n, right? You remember? Yes, Hannah. So we'll focus on that because for if you go till 2 to n, that is clear with you, right? And yeah, yesterday one of guys told me that 21 was not working. But see, 21, like, can you please tell me 21 is your prime number or not? Not, right? Okay, so you can just go through the yesterday solution. 20, like it was, I think so, proper solution. 21 is not a prime number. So I guess so whoever asked that doubt think that 21 is a prime number, but it is not. Okay, so try again with this. So for now, we have this function, the is prime. Inside this we have a number. Okay, we will cover inside this for the number 0, 1 and 2. Okay, so first of all we'll just take uh, square root number equals to math dot square root. Inside this we'll take the number. Okay, but since math dot square root can work only with the whole integer, like whole number, whole square number. Okay, it will not work with the any other number. We'll take just math dot floor value of it. Okay, so let's say if your number is 8. Okay, so then we'll take the floor value of it. Okay, so for an example, just take an example of math dot square root of 16. Then it will give you, then just a second. Okay, then it will give you the number 4. Okay, because square root is a function which will find the square root of the inside function. Okay. Okay, now since we have found this, now we'll check whether this number is sorry, whether your prime number, will declare a prime number. Inside this we'll take number. Okay, number is not is equals to 1. Okay, so we'll take that if your number is not equals to 1, then only we can assign it to the prime. Okay, so it will right now, if your number is suppose 20, then it will assign the false value to it. Cool. Okay, so in by default it will be the false one. Okay, try to read the logic. Okay, now inside this we will declare a for loop. Inside this we'll declare where I is equals to starts from 2. I should less than, or I should less than or equals to, or I should less than square root number plus 1 I plus plus. Inside this we will okay, just a second, it will be 4. Inside this we will take that if your number modulus 2 is equals to 0. Okay, then it will be your prime number, correct? Okay, it will not be your prime number, so prime equals to false, right? And we will just break the loop. Will not require anything else. Okay, and at the last, after the loop, we'll just no return prime, because since it's a function. Okay, we'll return whatever the value of prime. Okay, instead this we will just call this prime with the number 2, or any number like 11, right? For an example, we just do console dot log is prime would be 11. So 11 would be go inside this number. You will find the square root number of 11. So just find the square root number of 11, what it is. We'll just try run the code right now. It will be 3.31, right? But we have to take the floor value of it. So we'll just take 3 for this. Cool. Okay, like it? Fine. So I should less than 3 plus 1. That will be 4. So it will be run to the 3 only, right? Because it's not less than equals to, it's less than, right? Inside this, it will go number modulus by 2 is equals to 0. Okay, it will be not 2, it will be I. Cool है ना, right? है ना? Okay, ठीक है. So number modulo I is equals to 0. If it's there, if it's true, then will declare that it's not a prime number, since it is divisible by I. Then it'll break the loop, and whatever the value inside the prime, we'll just print it in the function. It will be returned true or false. Okay, let's run this. Console L. Okay, so you can see that 11 is a prime number. Let's try with 2. Okay, you can also try with anything else, right? Like 4. Okay, 5, 4, false, true. Okay, so you can just try with the another values of it. Okay, okay. So why the square root number? Why should less than square root plus 1? So either you can just do square root plus 1 here, or you can remove this floor. Whatever value would be fine with you, because we have to take with the, we have to include the number itself, right? Square root number itself. Cool. That is why we did the square root plus 1, so that it will include. Okay. Okay. Number not equals to 1. Yes. Yes, Likit, you are right. Yes, you are right. Cool. Okay, so this was pretty simple in the yesterday's class also. Like yesterday, I did not initiate a function and did this. Okay, so you can also do the same way. Yesterday it was minor mistake of the condition. You can just check with the yesterday's class. Okay, with the number modulo number divided by 2 and square root of number. Okay, you can either do this like square root of number. You can also find it, or you can do number mod 2. Either way, you can do it. Cool. Okay. So Ritik, I have explained, like in which particular part you want me to explain, Ritik? I should less than equals to square root. Yeah, you can also do that. No problem. Okay. I think plus one is not needed. But see, for every number, if you just do it for 16, okay, for 16 or for any number like 2, and if you just take an example of 2, then if you just if you don't do it with the square root plus 1, then let's say if you have this number 2, okay, we'll find this 1.41, so it will be 1 only, right? Okay, so you don't need to go inside this loop, right? Right, you don't need to go inside this loop, right? So that will be anyway written prime equals to false or true, right? It will be written true, right? Like it. Yes. Cool. Okay. Sir, should we use method ceiling? No, ceiling should not be used, because here we have to consider the minimum number, not the maximum number. We have to, yeah, if you have to convert, like if you have to consider the maximum number or the above number of the particular part of integer, you should use the method ceiling. We have used the method seal, right? Cool. ठीक है. Yes, it won't be going to loop, because one is not a like prime number, not a composite number. Yesterday you guys were not knowing about this. See, prime number will be start from the 2 only, right? One number 1 is not a prime, not a composite number, right? One is not a prime, not a composite number. One is a 1 only. Line number 3. Okay. So here I have checked. So I just told you na, that 1 is not a prime or not a composite number, right? So that is why we have included that if your number is not equals to 1, okay, then prime would be assigned initially as true if your number is not equals to 1. But if it equals to 1, then prime should be false, and it should not go into this loop also, because we have started from the number 2. Cool. Okay, but so by anyway it will be print prime equals to false, but prime 1 is not a prime, not a composite number. If you want, you can also check the condition before it. Okay, right? Like if you just check a condition before it, like if number equals to 1, then you should return with the message that is 1 is not a prime number, not a composite number. You should also do that. You can also do that. Okay, fine. Square root of 21. Yes, yes. Cool. Right. Square root of 21 equals to 4. So why plus 1 is needed? So let's debug this. Okay. So if you just do it with the square root of 21, okay, let's run this and check whether we can omit the plus 1 or not. Okay, either you can use the mat.floor, or you can go with the I less than square root. Okay, let's check it if we can do this or not. Okay, square root of 21 would be 4, right? Prime is equal to true because number is not equals to 1. Okay, by this way we can also like debug our code, so that's cool. Okay, na. Now in this we will check whether square root of plus 1, that will be 4, 4, plus 1, that would be 5, right? 4 plus 1, that would be 5, right? So it will be run for from what? 2, 3, and 4. It would be run for 2, 3, 4, right? But if we just no encounter 3, we can say that 3 sevens are 21, so it should break, right? Let's check it. Number 21 modulo 2, it would be written what? It will be not go inside this loop, and it has increased my I, right? Right. Now my number of square root of number 4 plus 1 again, so my I is right now 3, so 3 less than 4, that is true. It will go inside the loop. Cool. And it will return, if it will go inside this if also, because number modulo 21 modulo 3 would be 7, it will give me the 0, right? Guys, are you getting guys? Yes. Okay. So prime is equals to false. Now it will be returned prime equals to false. It has not checked the plus 1 condition right now. Okay. So you can just try with the removing this plus 1 if you want. Okay. Let's check it. Okay. Now, just a second. You can run this. It will be returned to the false for 21, right? For number 2, let's check. It will be true. So I don't think so. It will be run plus 1. You can, yeah, you can omit it if you want. Okay. By this way, you can check it, right? Hariharan, you can check with the number 2 also, right? If just ask, you can check with the number 2 also. I'll just post in the D paste. Okay, so if you just do with the number 4, okay, now let's check. So number 4 would be your perfect square, okay. So whatever number that is a perfect square, let's check for that. Okay, 4. Why 4 is a perfect square number? Because 2, 4, square root of 4 will be written 2. It will be integer part, whole integer part. It will not return you the decimal part, right? Yes. Okay. So if you just go with the, so 4 will be gone here. Square root of number would be the 2. Okay. So 2 less than 2. It will be checked here. But if you omit the plus 1, it will be this condition would be false, and it will be inside this loop. Right? Right? If you just remove the plus 1, right or not? Everyone? Everyone agrees with me? Right? Okay. So that is why we need to do the plus 1. Okay. Sharad, it's the logic of finding square root of number is this mat dot square root function. I just shown you. No, Hariharan. If you add the plus 1, then it will be enter in the loop. Please check. No, we cannot do it because number is equals to 1. So for number equals to 1, it will anyway return you the prime equals to false, right? So it will not enter in this for loop also, because prime is not true. So it will just return you the false. You can just check it now. Yes, 2 less than 2 would be the false. Yes. 2 less than or equals to 2 would be true, but 2 less than 2 would be false. Cool. Right now? Because if you just do with the plus 2 number, then you can just check it now what will be happening. Okay, if you just do it plus 2, then your loop would be run plus 1 more time, and your logic will be ruined. It will not give you the proper answer. That's why we cannot do it, because right, we have to return not yes, yes. So you can check it. If your number is equals to 1, then you should return your number is not a composite, not a prime. Okay, you can also tweak this logic as per your need. Yes. So 2 less than 2 would be false, Hariharan. So why it should be enter in the loop? Why it will enter in the loop? It should not, right? Condition is false. You can only access the loop if your this condition is true, right? Instead of plus 1, we can use less than or equals to. You can use it, Venkat, and you can check the logic. Okay, will not write entire logic again, or will not modify it. Okay, if you just do it less than or equals to, like I already told you now. See, can you please tell me, guys, that if this is like equal or not? Like 2 less than equals to 2, and 2 less than or equals to 1 plus 1. This both is equal or not? So it's just a way of writing, right? है ना? It's just a way of writing, right? Everyone agrees with me. This is equal. Okay. So you can do either way, whichever way you want. I just told you before writing this logic also that if you can omit the plus one, you know, and write a logic, that would also work. So square root of number 1, square root plus 1 would be 2, and now 1 less than 2. Okay, so it will not no enter in the loop if condition is false. But if your condition is true, let's say I less than 2, okay, I less than 2, then if your I right now is less than or equals to 2, that would be not the case. So it will not enter in the loop in that particular case, right, Hariharan? Okay, so you can think simply, like you don't have to complicate the logic. Okay, now let me just copy it and paste it. Deepest. Yeah. Sharad, the logic of prime number is I already explained yesterday. You were there yesterday or not? We invested like almost 1 hour, more than 1 hour for this particular logic. You there yesterday or not, Sharad? Yes, Hariharan, you can ask it out. No problem. Yes, please say.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're audible.
Sir, can you just go to the program?
Yeah.
Sir, initially you have written a square root number plus one, right?
Yes.
S-
And I that it was not including this equals to sign.
yes, sir. Actually, in case of two, math dot square root of number, math dot square root of two, and math dot floor will give a number, will give a value of one, right?
Yes, correct.
So in case of I less than square root of number plus one
Okay.
plus one,
That will be 2.
it's two, right? I less
Yeah.
than two.
Yes.
How it will enter the loop?
No, it will not go into the loop. It will not enter in the loop because I is your anyway initialized as 2, right? Right?
Yes.
So 2 less than 2 would not be true. So it will not go inside this loop. And
Okay.
since your number is 2, right? Since your number
Okay.
is 2, so prime would be anyway true. Okay, it will just return is true. That is why if you just run with the 2, the thing 2, you can see the output is true, right? It
Yes.
has not gone inside this because
Yeah.
if it has gone inside this loop, it will check the condition also, right? But 2 less than 2 is not true anyway. If you want to enter in this loop, you have to make this condition as true, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, na? Cool. Okay.
Okay. That's my doubts.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah.
I'm
Okay,
clear.
thank you. Yeah, yeah. Can you write if loop inside for loop? You can like it, you can tweak your logic by anything, right? You can also use like instead of this for, you can also try with the while. Okay, you can also try with for in, like for in is not covered, but you can also try with for and while right now. You know, you can also tweak your logic with anything you want and then just check and just debug your code, right? So now since prime is clear for everyone. Yes, so I'll just give you one question and give you some time to think about it. Let me open the OneNote or OneBoard. I think it will be more clear to you. Now, I'll give you the logic of this. Like I'll just say, if my wife want to print this, okay? If you want to print this, what it needs to be tick, okay? So you can like whenever you have this kind of questions, you have to divide your triangle into two parts. Like this is your first part, this is your second part. That was the your hint. Okay, I'm giving you 5 minutes to think about it. I'm giving you 5 minutes to think about it. We'll come back after 5 minutes. Cool. Okay, just think about it because already we have covered this particular part. Upper triangle is already being covered, right? Okay, this particular part is already being covered, so you have to just think about it, like how we can implement that. Cool, right? Okay, okay, we'll be back after 5 minutes. Okay, right? Okay, so see about this, and we'll come back after 5 minutes. Cool. Do you have got any idea? What is the question? Vaibhav, I just explained you know that you need to print this pattern, right? And we have already been covered that this upper triangle has already been discussed in your class, if I'm not wrong. Okay, if I just tell you that if you need to just print this, right? This particular scenario, let me just take it. We just need to print this one, right? Can you print this upper triangle, right? Yes, it's discussed, right? Now, I just told you that whatever is there, okay, you have to print the replica of it. So if you just take the replica of it, it will be like this. Okay, if you just take the reverse of it, right? Oh, so sorry. It's visible now. It's visible now. So sorry about it. Huh? Screen was not visible. Okay, so said that you need to print this pattern, you know. So if you just take an example, then can you print this one, like this triangle? You know, it's already been covered in your class. Yes, we have discussed about like 2 sessions back, है ना? Now I have told you that you need to print the replica of it below that. Let's say the replica of it, this one, है ना? This triangle, right? Right? Yes, no? Yes, guys. Yes. So you need to think about it. Like you already know the logic of this upper triangle. You need to just tweak your logic, or you need to add your something in your logic, and you need to print the below triangle. Okay. I'll just give you some hint also. Let me see if anyone has posted anything. Priyanshu, we did this with the square root of the number. Okay, so you can check after this class where we did this logic with the square root of number. Also, you can do number by 2. Both would be fine. Okay, na? Okay, now let me explain this. Since you guys are Just a second. Okay, yeah. So let me explain this in a term that huh. So this was my question, that you need to print this. Okay. Okay. So now just forget about this part, the below triangle part, you know, and just focus on this one. Okay. If I need to print this, what I should do? Okay. If I need to print this, what I should do? Okay. Okay, that means in this particular case, if you can check, then 0, 1, 2, 3. So can I say the number of or else I can start with the number 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I say that whatever my row number is the number of stars? Can I say this here, people? Right? Okay. So if I can say that whatever my row number would be my star, would be my number of stars. Okay. So can I say ki like when I should go till the number I, till the number j only, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can check, then 1 would be star. So the star would not exceed the number of the columns or number of the j, right? So can I say like I less than equals to j? Okay, right? Till your I is less than or equals to j, you should print your star. Correct? Yes. है ना? So let's print this upper triangle first. Then I'll tell you what it needs to be required for the below the next triangle. Okay. So let's take the where I comma j, or where row comma stars. Okay. Or else we can just take with the first of all, like n equals to whatever my n number, n equals to 4. Then I have my where pattern, that will be your string. We remember we did this with the string, right? We did this with the string, right? We concat the string and we printed it. Yes, I hope all remember this, right? Okay, Dipanshu, we should use the proper name, है ना? We should not use IJ or RC. ठीक है, we have to use the proper name for it. Okay, so now let's print the upper triangle. We have already been no discussed this in the few classes back. So this is not something that we are doing something new, right? We are just revising the one triangle, and we will add for the below triangle. Okay, so first of all, I'm explaining what needs to be done for the upper triangle. Cool. Okay, so we'll just take this with the uh, like row is equals to 1. Okay, row should be less than or equals to, it should go with the number n, and row plus plus, right? This is my uh, outer loop. If I'm just printing my console.log row here, let's check. It is printing my 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Okay, so it is printing my this 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Okay, okay, but I need the star for it, and I need to go till the number j. Okay, so for that scenario I need to go inside this. So I'll print no, for printing the star, so star is equals to 1. Star should, what would be my condition here? What would be my condition here? If I'll ask you, what should be my stopping condition here? Star plus plus, and here what should be my stopping condition? Okay, so Hariharan says star less than equals to row. Okay, okay, let's go with the star less than or equals to row. Okay, right? Okay. Inside this, okay, so sorry about it. Inside, like we mistakenly wrote it something wrong here. It should be star less than equals to your row, you know, or you can say row less, like greater than or equals to your star. Can I say this? Can I say either way? Yes, no, right? ठीक है, but we will use the star less than equals to row here, ठीक है ना. And now I will print the console dot log star. Let's see what is printing, what it is printing, ठीक है. See, so 1, then 1 star, then 2 for 2 stars, 3 for 3 stars, 4 for 4 stars, correct. It is printing right way, right. It is printing correctly na. But it's not like in proper way, but although it's not in proper way, but our logic is working, right. So we want this na, that 1 for 1 star, 2 for 2 star, 3 for 3 star, and 4 for 4 star, right. Okay. Now now let's no, make it proper way. So we will just append this in a string. Let's say pattern is equals to pattern plus star, right. And outside of this, whenever it will go outside of it, this we'll just concate it with the pattern is equals to pattern plus slash n. Correct. Correct. Now we did this before also, right. I want answer from everyone, guys. Please participate. Yes. So Likhi says, can we write anything in console so that it will not go to the next line? But it should go in the next line now, right. Otherwise you should use your HTML page for slash n, right. Click it. Everyone please say yes no, so that we can move further. Can I hit this run button, or you want me, like, you want to dry run this code from your own? Okay. Number of 2 stars, it must not go after 1 star printing. Number, no, for 2 stars it must go after 1 star printing. Yes, for the line number 1, for line number 1 it will be 1 star only, not for 2 stars, like Rishit. Yes, we should no do this console, otherwise we'll not see the output, right. Pattern. Cool, right. Is it okay now? Is it okay now, Likhit, Priyanshu, Hariharan, Dipanshu? For everyone, it is okay. My code is right now. It's perfectly running or not? Let's check. So see, this triangle has been printed. This triangle has been printed. So my upper part is done. This upper part is done. Correct? Correct? Yes. Nilu, we just did it for our purpose, like for our own purpose. I just wanted to explain you first that the rows are has been done. So we just need to implement the star. Like we just need to print the star in these rows. That's why I printed that. But you can omit that. Like you can just have this. Correct? Yes. Now, if you can see, then see, this is like you can write it anything here, like 1 2 3 4 or 4 2 3 1. You can write anything. This is for understanding purpose only. Correct. So now instead of writing 5 6 7, okay, I'll just write it as. So can anyone tell me what what you will do in order to print this 3 2 1 for this rows? Since the upper triangle has been done, you can see here upper triangle has been done. What you need to do to repeat the thing? Reverse for logic. Yes, correct. So Priyanshu says that, sir, can we do the reverse of the thing? Like we have this one, we have this, we have this also. So can we reverse this? Yes, we can reverse this. Correct, right? So let's take an example of this. How can we reverse this? So I'll just name it as after 4, I will name it 3 2 1. So can I say number of stars, number of row number would be number of stars now? Correct? Yes, everyone. Yes, now. So we have to print the like our every case for reverse order, and we have to start not with the 4. We just with so for this is for example of n equals to 4, right? So we don't have to start with the n equals to 4 since it has been printed. We have to start with the n minus 1 for number 3, right? Correct? Yes. So let's do this. Okay. So we will start from the number n minus 1, that will be 3, and we will be printing our stars in the reverse order. And instead of increasing, we will decrease our row number. Correct? Okay. So for this case, we have to increase because we want this particular output in increasing manner, but now we want to make our output in decreasing manner. For that particular case, after this, after uh, after doing this, we will initiate one another loop. Okay, called as row is equals to. Can we assign the no the same variable? Can we use the same variable or not? Please tell me. Can we use the same variable or not? Can we use the same variable or not? Everyone says no, but I want to use it. Okay, let's check. So row will be start from n minus 1. Okay, now row should be lower. What should be my stopping criteria here? What should be my condition? What should be my condition here? I'm starting with the number 3. Where when should I stop? Till the number 1, right? Okay, so can I say row greater than 0? Can I say, right? Yes. Now instead of, like, inside this, let me print the console.log row. Okay, let's check. uh just a second. Yeah, we have refreshed the page. Okay, so for this, if I do, so n minus 1, that will be anyway printing my row numbers, right? Right. So for this, I'll just do, just a second. It is not responding. I don't know why. I think so. This is in return printing something messy. For inside this, I'll do again with the star is equals to. So see, this logic has been done, right? So I can use like what variable I want. So star equals to 1. Then I my logic is same here also, right? Whatever my numbers, number of rows, those would be my star number, right? For 3, I need to 3. For 2, I need to 2. For 1, I need to 1, right? Correct? Yes. Just a second. Firefox has like not, it's not responding. Okay, let me try with this. Yeah. Can you see this? Since Firefox released some memory, can we use this? Anna? I'll use this. Okay. So inside this, I've shown you that whatever my numbers would be my star numbers. So I can use the same logic here also. Star is equals to row and star plus plus. Inside this, I can also print my pattern in the same way. Pattern should be appended. Pattern plus star, and pattern is equals to pattern plus slash n. Can you guys check it? Check with this logic. Can you guys please check with this logic? It will be printing in proper way or not? Please check and let me know. Deepak says no. Why? If no, then why? If yes, then why? Question is clear now for everyone. Hello. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Because the loop starts running after the space. What do you mean by the space? This space? Pattern need to be reset, right? We have resetted this here. We have started with the n minus 1. So it has stopped with this particular point with the row number 4. We have started with the number 3. Okay, so we have started the row equals to 3. Row should be greater than 0 or greater than or equals to 1, whichever way you want. Okay, row minus minus. Don't confuse in this condition. Every time you are confused in this condition only. Okay, I shown you like 1 plus 1 would be also 2 and 2 is also 2. Okay, both would be fine. Now here my star printing pattern is same. For here also it was same. Whatever my row number, I should print that number of the stars. So whatever my row number, right now I'm starting with the number 3, so I need to run this loop for the 3 times and I need to print the star. Then after I need to break the line. Okay, that's the same way. Like for after printing number stars 3, I need to break the line. Cool. Okay. So Rikit, if I just no pattern should be reassigned, like you are telling me that pattern should be reset, right? But this pattern, like this is entire one string. This entire is only one string. I don't need to print two strings. Okay, that's why I appended it that only. Likit, right? So star will be reducing, right? Then why is the star plus plus not star minus minus? Okay, so that's what I'm explaining. Dipyanshu, Dip, Dipayan, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so see, if you just observe here, if you just observe here, then whether I agree that your stars are increasing in this. Okay, your stars are increasing in this particular manner. Okay, that is why we wrote this 1 2 3 4, right? Okay, but after this it is decreasing, right? But in the both scenario, whatever my row number would be my star number. That is true for entire case, right? So for this increasing and for decreasing, I have made two loops. For increasing, that is row plus plus, for decreasing row minus minus. But my star printing logic is same na. My star printing logic is same. Whatever my number of row here, this star would be working till that number of point only, right? This star logic, this star loop would be running till what? Row number only, right? Here also it would be work till the row number only. So it is true now that for 3 it should be print 3 stars. For 3 again it should be need print 3 stars. So that's why I made it the same. It will not make any difference in the star printing pattern. It will make a difference in the behavior, like it is increasing, it is decreasing. For decreasing manner we already did with the minus minus, and we have started our loop till the 4 minus 1. Like 4 is already been printed, so we'll start our loop with the 3. So that is why I did this row n minus 1. N is 4 here. Correct. Okay. Okay, space is missing. No, space is not missing. Where is space? Okay, yeah, in this particular thing. Okay, second loop, right? Correct. Okay, great, this we have observed that. Let's run this and check it. Let's run this and check it whether it will be printing in a proper way or not. Since it was a drive case, uh, okay, now it thinks so it will be work. Why it's not working? Don't know why it's not working. Let me try with another browser. So in this case, we already know we have to go in the inspect, we open this and we have to run this. Okay. Unquote, okay, unquote error is missing. Where it is? Line number 4. Line number 4. Okay, yeah. So it was missing uh, for this case. For this for loop, my ending scenario is missing, right? So I need to add one more. Let's run this. It's behaving proper way. It's not behaving in proper way. Let's check what's wrong. Okay, okay. So sorry about it. It should end here. Refresh the page. I think so. It has allocated memory till now also. I think so. That's what I feel. The previous case scenario, it has allocated memory till now also. It's not working. Working for you or not? I think so. Code is proper, but it's not running. Like there's some issue with the console. Let me just do this. Like console dot log. It's also not working. I think so. It's not working. So there's something issue with my task manager. I think just a second. Okay, so I need to close this. Fine. Let me run with the Firefox now. I have stopped the process of Firefox. Let me try now. Yes, code is fine. I know, but why it's not running? Let me check with the task manager. Okay, we can do one thing also. We can do one thing also. We can just go with the online JS compiler. Okay. Let me go with the what JS Fiddle should be there. JS Fiddle. JS Fiddle is a good runtime for JavaScript. You can use it. Inside this JavaScript code, I have pasted this. Let me run my code now. Okay, it's not printing. Okay, let me try with the just console.log. It's working. It's the same for you or not? Can you please guys confirm it's working for you or not? Because I cannot print even console also, so it's not mistake with my code. Okay, pattern. Oh, it is it so? Our code is having syntactical mistake. Pattern deepest. Firefox is not working. Yes, it's not working also from you, right? Priyanshu, in which line you are saying? In pattern line equals to. Okay, so it's not like it will not have any difference. Like we can use this also. It will not have any difference. Same case for you. I am not sure what's the issue here. Whether the code is perfectly fine. I think so. Yeah, I can paste the code. Have the code now. You can check now. Can you please check in your system? It's working or not? Yeah, your system got hang. I think so. My system also got an hang. I don't know why. Star n minus one. Logic is perfectly fine. Logic has no difference. Not working in your loop, right? Third loop, it should be outside the loop. It should be outside or no, it should be inside the loop only. Out of memory exceptions are firing, right? It's working fine for you, Jess. Can you paste your code? Can you paste your code? Let me check. Compare it. For Jess, it's working. The same code, Jess? Same code is working. Like code is not having an issue, I think so. For you also, it's working, Hariharan. It should work. I don't know what's wrong here. I think okay. I should let me just try with this replacing my variable name, so it will release some memory. Let me try with this. Or else let me try with the VS Code. Just a second. I can share via DPS. Yeah, you can share it, Jayesh. I think code is the same for everything. Like Vikas is also working for Hariharan, it's also working, but for our system, it's not working. Unable to paste the link. Fine, no problem. We'll just resolve it. Just a second. Prime numbers dot js. Save this. It's not working here also. Okay, cool. I got the point. I got the point. What is the wrong thing here that we did? Okay, I got the point. See, we'll just so whenever you encounter this kind of scenario, just try to fragment your code. Okay, just try to fragment your code. So for if you just try with this particular code, it's working. By I know it's working. I know, but it is having some issues with everyone's system. I think. Okay, Hariharan has pasted the link. Let's just see with this link what he has done differently. The code is same. I think so. Right, Hariharan? Uh, okay. The code is pretty much same. Let's compare the code. So where n equals to 4 pattern or str row equals to 1 low less than n. Okay. Okay. Let's run this whether it's working or not. Invalid exception token. Okay. This one. Or line number 3. Okay. This was the extra character that has been pasted. Okay. So it's working now. But what was wrong in our code? What was wrong in our code? Let's compare this. Okay, let me just paste this in a so there's some tool, there's one tool called as file difference. Okay, you can just search file difference. There's a website called as difference checker. Okay, you can compare your website. We use it more often in our corporate code. Okay, many number of lines of code. And let me just take our code, what we have written in this particular case. Pattern. Let me copy this. Let me paste it here. Okay. Now, if you can see, okay, we already did this. We already moved this here. If you can remember. Now let's compare this. So instead of this, it has there's the same thing. The same thing. The code is same. The code is same, but it was not working. I don't know why. Okay, but you can assume like the same code is working, so the same logic is also working, right? There might be some memory issue, like it was throwing out of memory exception. Yes, guys, it is working now. Bracket should be come first. Bracket should come first. In which line? Line number 16. Yes, it's increasing the memory usage. I know. Dipyan, in which particular case you want line number 19? It should be this line number 19. Can you see? Can you point it out? in this particular case, Deepyan, which particular line you want? 16, 19. Okay, let me see the doubt. Okay, we'll see it. We'll see it. Just a second. Just a second. So for now, I think so. Everything is working right, right? It's working fine. Yes, no. Okay. So before, I don't know, like due to some reason, our memory usage were increasing. Okay, but same code is working now. Like the code is pretty much same. No, it has no any difference. Like you can see, is just space issue are there. Okay, you can see the space. The green are the changes in. This is our file. This is the original file. Okay, there is no issues. Like I don't see any issue in that. Okay, okay. Yes, for everyone or not? For everyone is working or not? Please confirm. Working na, right? So our code also not having any issue, right? Ran with IJ your code. Yes, it's running now for everyone. I'll just paste the code if you want. Yes, this was the code. Now let me clear the Deepak's doubt. Okay. So this is the code that Deepak has posted. So in this particular case, he has initialized stri. Let me try with the this one. See, the out of memory exception was firing before. Okay. So this is the initialization part. This is the loop part. This is the outer loop, inner loop. Inside this, he has printed this. Inner loop is completed. What is doubt here? Deepak, can you say? Can you please tell me what is doubt here? What is your doubt here? What's your doubt here? Deepak, can you tell me what is doubt? What is your doubt? This one is your doubt? Your code is not working. I think so. Your code is not working, Deepak. Please check again. You are telling me to check the logic. Okay, I will check the logic. I less than n. You have printed like the same way that we did n minus 1 here. Okay, so okay, that's the perfect thing. Like, but though your output would be somewhat different, it will be different way, right? So in which particular case you are asking me to check? It should be this comma missing compound statement note line number 8. Okay, here I plus equals to, it should be slash n here. I think so, right? And you should print the console dot log str I. Right? Let's run this now. Syntax error missing in a compound statement, line number 13. You should close your this doubt this loop also. You have not closed this loop. This one of the issues. Okay. Now str I is not printing out. So there's some mistake here. We should check it. Okay. Your I have removed the errors, but your code is still not working. Let me check. So str I is equals to this, n equals to 7. I'll list 0 to 6, 0 to n minus 1 is missing. You have started your loop with the I. Why? It should be with the n minus 1, right? To the decreasing manner, Deepak, right or not? Yes, no? Yes? Please check with the code again. It will, throw some proper output. Yeah, so see, now it will give you the proper output, right? Yes, cool. Yes, no? Yes, the logic is different. See, we have started with the row n minus 1. That means we have started with this particular row. With this particular row we have started again, right? What you did is, so you have, if you just remove this and run your program, then see, it is printed upper triangle. Now this is for lower triangle. For lower triangle, if you just want to check, then remove the upper triangle and check, it will be printing the lower triangle, right? So your logic is what, you are starting your loop with the 0 to 7, right? Again, and you have printed your loop till your n minus 1. Okay, okay. So you did the same thing but in a different way, like 2 plus 3 is also 5 and 3 plus 2 is also 5. That's the same thing that you did here. Yes, it will work, no problem in that. Okay, it's just a difference that we have printed in the, in the reverse loop, so that everyone can understand. You have printed in the increasing loop with the same number of stars. Cool. Yeah, this is okay, no problem. You can also see the output now, it's okay. Initially it was having some issues here, and you have not closed your brackets also, but it's fine now. Correct? Yes. Okay, cool. Okay. So your n is number of number of rows that you need to print here. So for n equals to 7, it is printing like up to 7, and after that it will start with the 6. Okay, because we have started to the n minus 1 only. We have to print that only. Yes, everyone is okay with this particular points. Yeah. Okay, cool. So now, uh up to this point, I don't think so, you have any problem with this particular points. Up to this point everyone is clear. Okay, so this kind of way, like, this was pretty simple, right? Because we already covered the upper half, we already know upper half, we just have to reverse the lower half. By some scenario we encounter the out of memory exception. Okay, it will happen sometime. Okay, so don't worry about this, but our logic was the same, right? Our code was cool, like it was okay, perfect. Yes. Okay, now I'll give you one another question that you need to know solve on your own. That would be, huh, so that would be this question. Okay, suppose if I can tell you that you need to print Fibonacci series. Okay, okay, you need to print the Fibonacci series. That means, what is a Fibonacci series? If I can tell you, then Fibonacci series. Okay, you have to search that. The first line would be uh, Wikipedia. Okay. Okay, so see this. This is your Fibonacci series. Then first of all, it will be 0 and starts with the 1. So this is one kind of series. That will be start with 0 and 1. After that, it will make the sum of the two numbers. Like 0 plus 1 would be 1. Then it will make sum of 1 plus 1 would be 2. 1 plus 2 would be 3. 2 plus 3 would be 5. 5 plus 3 would be 8. 8 plus 5 would be 13. So similarly, it will print with the taking two numbers and producing the third number. Right? This is something known as a Fibonacci series, right? So it will print like something like this: 0. First of all, it will start with 0. So there is also a lot of confusion in no students' mind that whether it will start with 0 or 1. So every time your Fibonacci series will start with 0. Keep in mind, 0, then 1. Then after taking this two, 0 and 1, it will print the third number. 1 plus 0 would be 1. 1 plus 1 would be 2. 2 plus 1 would be 3. 3 plus 2 would be 5. 5 plus 3 would be 8. 8 plus 5 would be 13, and similarly so on. Right? Yes. Okay, so you need to produce the Fibonacci series. We have to implement this in our code. Okay, we have to implement this the same thing in our code. Yes, no, we have to run till n, till n. Like if I'll pass you the input as 5, we'll see it. Just a second. Okay, so for an instance, I can tell you, for an instance, if I can tell you that if your Fibonacci series of f of n, then you should print what? F of n minus 1 plus f of n minus 2, right? Take an example of 2. Okay, so if you need the output of 2, then what you need to do? You need to go, if this is your n, then you need to go with the n minus 1 and n minus 2. You need to make plus of this 2, and that will be produce the output of 2. Yes, no? Yes. Okay, for interview purpose it will be important question, huh? It can ask in your interview, like every interview I think so it will be asked. It's famous question, Fibonacci series, right? Okay. Okay, now if I'll tell you that so how will implement this one? Let's say 0 1 1 2 3 5 8 13 and so on. Okay, so we'll make this 0 as our temporary, we'll make 1 as our previous element, this will make this 1 as our current element. For every loop or for every iteration, what we will do, that we will make sum of this temp and current, we will make sum of this temp plus previous. Okay, we'll make some of this temp and previous, right? Then we have to replace the things also. Let's say after we have made this temp plus previous, it will make our current element. Okay, so after running first iteration, your new current would be this, your new current would be this is a new current, this will be your new previous, this will be your new temp. Okay, okay, right? Yes, no? For every iteration you need to do temp plus previous and move one step right. Okay, so after in this particular scenario you need to do temp plus previous again, that will be 1 plus 1 equals to 2. So this 2 would be your new previous, this 1 would be your new temp, and this 3 you will be producing by adding this 2, that means temp plus previous, right? Similarly for every case. Guys, good morning. Right, getting my point or not, everyone? Okay, cool. Okay, so uh for this particular case, like if I told you that this will be a new temp, this will be a new previous, but how you will achieve this? Okay, how you will swap the numbers? Okay, it is something known as a swapping numbers. So if I'll tell you that you have glass of milk, this is your glass of milk, this is your glass of water, you need to exchange this to, like I want water in this particular milk glass and I milk in my water glass. What should I do? We have to take another glass, right? Okay, we'll take one extra glass. Okay, we will pass this milk in this extra glass first, we will pass this water in the milk glass, and then this milk will be passed into the water glass. Should I explain again? Should I explain again? So I'm telling you that if this A is holding 30, B is holding 20, I want A to be 20, I want this value to be 20, I want 20 to be 30, right? So for this case, we will use one another variable. This is your A box, this is your B box, this is your C box, right? A is holding 30, B is holding 20 right now. So we will assign this 30 right now to C. That means A would be assigned to C. Okay, this is my temporary variable. Okay, right? So right now my A is holding 30, B is also, C is also holding 30, because I have assigned this, right? Yes, no? Yes, yes, no, guys, everyone. Yes. Okay, now I want to assign 20 to 30 to 20 to A, right? So I will assign B's value to the A's value. So my A would be 20 now, right? Yes. And I want B as 30, right? I wanted like output as A as 20 and B as 30. I wanted this output, right? So I want 30 in B. So I'll assign C's value to the B, because 30 is not like anymore present. Like B, A has already been overwritten by 20. So I just have the copy of A in a C. So I'll assign C to B. So it would be 30 now. So can you see my output is correct now, right? I have swapped the value, right? Yes, everyone. Cool. I'm repeating again. I'm repeating again. Those who have not understood. Okay. So if I have my A, this B, and this C as my temp variable, okay, temporary variable. A is right now holding my value as 40. B is holding my value as 50. After the end of the all execution, I want my output. I want my output as A as 50, B as 40. I want this output. Okay. Now, what I'll do now, I will pass this 40 to temporary variable. That means I'll assign A to temp. Whatever my right side would be assigned to left hand side. So my A box was initially empty. Right now it will be having 40. So right now A is also having 40 value, temporary also having 40 value, right? I need to assign, I need to having like B as 40, right? So I'll assign B's value. I'll assign B's value to A. That means B to A. 50 should go on into A, right? Right now my A is also having 50, B is also having 50, but B should have 40 value that I already taken care of with the help of temp variable. Okay, so I'll assign this temp value to the B. This would be my swapping logic, right? This is pretty simple now. Understood? Yes. Okay, cool. For everyone it is understood now. Let me take a poll. This logic is clear, what we did, for everyone? Any doubt? Any doubt, any single doubt that you have? So for the 7% of people, please tell me what is your doubt, if you want. So right now, as 53% of people is there, 7% would be what, two or three, like two people, if I take floor value. So for those two guys, can you please post your doubt? I'll be more than happy to clear it out. Okay. Anyway, okay. So why we have explained this, because in the Fibonacci series we will use it, right? We have to shift our value. We have to swap our values, right? Correct. Series is also clear. Fibonacci series is also clear. Okay. So now let's move into the implementation part. So now what we will do now, now I'll take my, first of all, I'll take my n as 10, right? Then after I'll print my, like I'll take my previous value as 0. I'll take also my current value as 1. I'll also take my temporary variable, that will be empty. Okay. Now I'll initialize, like I will check whether my n is equals to 0, whether my n equals to 0. Then I'll also take my series, like nth Fibonacci series. is equals to 0. Okay, is equals to 0. I'll take with the n equals to 0, and in this particular case I'll print nth Fibonacci is equals to 0. So for 0 it should be 0, and for 1 also, else if for 1 also n equals to, if my n is equals to 1, then also it should be 1, right? Up to this point it's clear. Yeah, we can write using function also. Yes, up to this point is clear, because series will start with the 0 and 1. Okay, so if I'll pass 0, then it should be 0 and 1 for 1. Cool. Okay, for every other case we'll handle it with the loops. For I is equals to 2, we'll start because 0 and 1 is already being covered. Now we should go up to n, I less than equals to n, and I plus plus. In this particular scenario, we will print we will print that whatever my previous value was there, we have to add it in the current value. Okay, and we have to swap the values also. Okay, so we'll write our swap logic that we already declared. Temp equals to a. Here my a is what? A is what? Temp equals to, okay, so sorry, it's my temp is equals to what? Previous one, right? My previous is equals to my current one, and my new current would be having the sum of temp plus plus previous, right? Yes. And after this I need to do what? I need to do nth Fibonacci is equals to current one. I need to assign my current variable to nth Fibonacci, or I need to do plus, I think so. Okay, let it be like current one, because we it will be anyway doing summation operation here. Yes, no? Yes, this is what we saw in the paper. On paper we already did this now. For 0 it should be 0, for 1 it should be 1. After the 2 till the n, what n number what I will pass, it should run over there, and it should run, it should make the summation operation. It will give me the output. So for this case, it will be adding every values, and it will show the output. So for this case, if I run this, it will show the output 50. So if you want to check it, then let me just open the Fibonacci series that we have already opened. Okay, so for 10, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, since we have started with 0, so it will be 51. Okay, okay, it should be started with 0, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. So 10 would be 55. Cool. Okay. Okay, if I'll just pass it with the n equals to 5, okay, it will give me the output as 5. Okay, 0 1 2 3 4 and 5. Cool. Clear. Later on we'll also implement this with the help of the recursion in the functions lecture. Okay, we'll see what is function, what is recursion in detail. Till now I like function, I have already been covered. Whatever doubt you have asked, up to that point also I have covered, not in detail. Okay, we'll use this in the with the help of recursion also. This is one way to implement it. I'll show you the another way to implement it also. That would be much simpler. In just 2 to 3 lines we can implement it. Cool. Okay, am I clear up to this point? Okay, right. What about the formula n minus 1 plus n minus 2? Okay, so we already yeah, okay, we implement this in the recursion lecture, or if you want me to do, then we can do on the Monday's class, because I think so on Monday's class also that will be focused on the function problems. Over there I'll tell you what is the Fibonacci function there. Over there we'll implement one function, after that we will call this function again and again. Print series, yeah, what we have to print the series also. So we can just do this console dot log, uh, here console dot log, we should print the current one. Okay, let's try this. So see, it is printing series 1 2 3 5, right? So I'll just make my n as 10 and run this. Okay, it is printing my series also. right? Can we do Fibonacci in for loop as well? We can define the number of times n in the condition. Subrajit, you can try with this. You can try with this. You can, like, there is one way to implement it. I have just shown, right? There will be multiple other ways to implement it. Okay? Is it making sense, Subhajit? Yes, no? Yes? Cool. How we can print in one line? You can just modify it. Na? I just no, I told you na, that particular thing, that if you want to print any line, any number of line, then you should use this Patels, and you can write anything here. If you want to print variable here, you can use this, right? Right. So you can tweak this particular output as well. So it's pretty simple, right? You can print the series also, or you want me to do that? You want me to do that? Series. So see, right now it's also printing the series, na? It's a series also, series only. But you just need to take this and append this in a string. You just need to initialize a string like this, where output string, like this is empty, right? And here you should append it instead of like console. Okay. So I'll just append it. The output is equals to output plus current one, right? And if you want, you can also put some space or over there also. Let's check it. And here also you need to print the output. Okay. So console dot log output. Okay. Okay. See, it's printing the series now. 1 2 3 5 8 13 21, like this you need to print now, right? Parag, it's clear now. Likit, it's clear now. Can you please repeat this code part again? Okay, let's dry run this code. Or else you want me to debug, then I need to, like, I will debug also. Okay, let's put the debugger. But before that, I need to, dry run your code, because every time debugger, I don't think so. It will be the proper scenario to understand in a big as a beginner, right? So you need to understand how to dry run your code without using the debugger. Okay, I'll prefer to do that. Okay, because for debugger will ease your life, but I don't want to ease your life. Okay, to be honest, I don't want to ease your life in this case, at least. Am I making sense now, everyone? Because it's not only way to print in the one line. Okay, there are many ways. You can also use the dollar line here, like the ECMAScript that we have used earlier, right? I had shown you. You can print it in any way you want. Correct? Okay. So I'll just do the dry run right now of this code. Okay. Okay. So I said that I don't want to ease your life. That means that I don't want you to debug every time. I think so. I should not taught you in initial lectures, because debugger is, although it's good, but for our experienced people, not for you, because you have to learn how to write in your code. Am I making sense? It is fine with you? I explained the debugger because at any point of time, if you feel that you are not able to get the logic, then only you can use that. Okay. Yes, it will also print in one line. Likit, you can try it. Okay. Okay. So we'll dry run the code. So if your n is 0, then nth fib will be the 0. If n equals to 1, then nth fib will be the 1. Okay. Otherwise, it will run our logic. This will be our main logic. So from the number 2 till the number 10, okay, it will run. Okay. Okay. Every time. So right now my series would be what? Like my previous would be having value 0. My current will be having value 1, and my temp is empty. So I'll make this as my previous one. Sorry, my temp one. I have to make this as my previous one, and I need to make some of this, and I need to make the current one, right? That's what I did. I have assigned this previous 0 to temp, right? I need I need to do my current as 1. Like 1 should be assigned to previous. So previous is also having 1 value right now. And my new current would be sum of this, like temp plus previous. That will be 0 plus 1. It should be having value 1 right now. Cool. Okay. Now it will run again. So right now my I will be 3. it has increased the value, right? So for value 3, for I equals to 3, right, it will run that. Right now my temp would be, so you can understand it by this also. Okay, you can initialize the variables if you want. Okay, previous is initially 0, current is 1, and temp is not defined. Okay. Okay, so in the previous box, right now it is having 0. In the current box, right now it's having 1. Okay, in the temp box, right now it's having nothing. Okay, it's undefined. Okay, so now if you run the code with the 2 to 10 time, so your first of all operation is what? Previous you have assigned to temp. So whatever you in the previous, you have to assign it into the temp. So it would be having, temp would be having 0, and previous also will be having 0 because we have assigned, right? Your current, that is having value 1 right now, that you are assigning to previous. So your previous would be now no more 1, it will be 1. And your temp plus previous equals to current, so your 1 plus 0 would be 1. The first operation is clear, first iteration is clear. For I equals to 2, yes, everyone. Okay, cool. For I equals to 3, now my I plus plus, I did the I plus plus. So for my I equals to 3 now, I will do the same operation. I will assign previous to temp. So my previous will assign to the temp. It will assign 1 here. My current would be assigned to the temp, sorry, previous. So my 1 value would be assigned to the previous. It will be having value 1 now, right? Temp plus previous would be current. So temp would be 1 plus previous would be having current value. That would be 2. Cool. Now for I equals to 4, for I equals to 4, it will have the same operation. It will have the same operation. 1 would be assigned to here. Current is assigned to the previous one. So this will be 2. And 2 plus 1 would be assigned to the current one. That will be 3. So every time this 2 will be added in this, having the minus 1 value of this. Cool. Okay. For the I equals to 5, if you have to check, then you have to assign 2 to the previous one. You have to assign current to the previous one. है ना? ठीक है, previous to temp, current to the previous, and you need to make the sum of this two and need to add this two. Cool. Dry run is clear, right? How this is working, it's clear or not? Am I clear, guys? Guys, are you getting or not? Clear? Okay. Okay, I'll take a poll. Dollar not working. I'll just show you, Likit, how to work with the dollar. I'll just show you. Okay. Okay. Still, for 20% of people, it's not clear. Can you please, guys, ask fast? Guys, can you please be quick? If I is equals to 1, then what will be the result? Okay, so you can check it now with the code. So let's suppose my I equals to 1. I should not be equals to 1, n should be 1, है ना? Because we have started I equals to 2, right, Ritik? So n equals to 1, then it will be anyway written n fib equals to 1. It will not enter in this, okay, because this is in the else loop, okay na? And we have else if loop here, so it will go in the else if and it will return here also, here only, right, Ritik? Am I right? Cool. Okay, please ask any other doubt that you have. I'll not move further in like having 5 to 6% of people, like I want to have this more than 95, this true pool. Okay, please ask your doubt. What is the doubt? Vishal, Priyanshu, Dipanshu, Likhit, Hariharan, what's your doubt? Please guys ask. Guys, please ask. Understood? Okay, no doubt. Cool. ठीक है, ठीक है, चलो। Then since this is clear, I missed laptop got hang. Oh, so sorry. No worries, you can watch the recording only. Okay, that would be fine. Now, what I do now? You guys want break? Yes. Okay, I'll just paste this code. I'll just take this code and paste it in the deepest Fibonacci, and we also did the factorial. No, we haven't seen the factorial, right? I don't think so. Factorial is still remained into like in the action. I have not taught the factorial, right? How to find the factorial? No, I have not taught. Okay, we'll cover the factorial after the break. Okay, we'll take the 15 minutes of break and after we'll cover that. Vaibhav, the extra class is not there. Like we have already covered the same thing yesterday. So the advanced class, advanced problem solving has been covered in the 2 days, right? है ना? Okay, Jayesh, can you please post your code? And also you can run in your console, है ना? Okay. So you can post your code. Meanwhile, I will check your code, and meanwhile, any every other guys can take the break. Okay, I'll see this out. N is equals to 3, current is equals to 1, previous is equals to 0. Okay, so you have printed it with the console, right? And if n equals to 2, okay. Else, so see, if this code is working anymore, like I don't know if it's working or not, but if it's working, na, then also interval will reject you straight away because this is not a right way to write it, na. You are writing console.log 1, you are checking the hard coded condition. See, 0 and 1 is okay. Okay, 0 and 1 is okay for checking, but you should not check with this particular n equals to 2. Why you are checking this? You know, this is not a proper way to writing. Even if this producing the proper output, I feel this is not a proper way to write. Interviewer will straight away will reject you. I'm pretty much sure about it. Okay, for I equals to plus 1, and this should be close here. Okay, right, like this. This is not a proper way to write. Huh? I don't know if producing output or not, but this way you should not write. Am I clear? Whose doubt was there? Jayesh, it's not. I could. Yeah, yeah, it's okay. You cannot post your entire code, but this is not a proper way to write. But only for first two, you should not write a code. Na, it should work for every other element. Now that's our main agenda of writing code, right? ठीक है. Arrays class will be start from I think so Monday or Tuesday, max to max. Okay, because but I feel that it will be start on the Monday because we have covered like almost many problems. Okay, so we'll cover one or two more problems and we'll quickly start with the arrays. Cool. So arrays is your most important topic with respect to the beginners. You know, every beginners, like if you encounter beginners or freshers interview, arrays is like hot topic for them. You know, if you ask about our experienced people, then they will be asking linked list or hash map or linked list, this kind of problems. They'll not ask arrays more often. Okay, what about Liquid? Okay, Liquid is having doubt in the dollar. Okay, so Liquid is in the Fibonacci series, right? Let me take the Fibonacci series example. Yes, Deepak, you can ask it out. Till then, I'll just make this correct of the dollar. Okay. So, Likit, your your problem is to print with the dollar with the entire string, right? So you can just yes in the one line, entire series, right? So okay, so this output is anyway holding the entire series, right? So instead of this, you can, if you want to use with the dollar, then you can just have this double tilt sign. You can write the dollar. You can open and close the curly braces, and you can write your variable name here. To run this, let me remove this debugger. Okay. Let me remove this debugger. To run this, and see it's printing, right? 1 2 3 5 8 13 21 4 34 and 55, right? Like it. Okay, so you can also print something like this, that the Fibonacci series is series for uh, n is output. Okay, so you can print something like this. Okay, let's check now. Your Fibonacci series for 10 is this. Okay, it is printing right way, correct? Without appending into one string direct. Okay, okay, so you want the from the output, like he's asking us. So that's good that you have asked. Let me just show you. Is asking with this respect to this output, right? So in this output, if you want to concate, then you should do this, that just open and close this, put this inside this one, you know, output plus current. Okay, so you should print output. Just a second. Since this will be your assignment operator, okay, since this will be your assignment operator, I feel that if this concatenation operator would be more preferable choice here, but still if you don't want to use the concate operation here, you can use this like this. Okay, plus current. See, my output plus current would be holding my output, right? But I need to, this output is my string, right? So over there you have to use your concate operation, not the dollar operation, because dollar is used when you have to write string as well as your output. Okay, but here my every element is my dynamic element. There is not my any static string here. Okay, I wrote this. I wrote because see, if you know, if you don't write the space here, you will have the wrong output, like you cannot understand the output also, right? That's why I used the empty string here. Okay, okay, so if you have to produce this kind of output, then you have to use the dollar, you have to use the concatenation operator. Okay, because this is also assigned to something else, right? This is also assigned to something else. Okay, so that's it's a better way to use the plus operator, like concatenation operator here. But still, if you want to try it, then you can give it a try, like uh, this dollar, or just empty space, or you can also do like this, output plus current operation. Okay, and after that you can put a space. Okay, you can also do something like this. Let's see, it's unexpected token. Okay, yeah, this should be stopped, right? This should be stopped. Okay, so you can see the output is printing in proper way now, right? Not, yes, no, like it. Can you see the output is printing in proper way or not, with respect to the dollar? Okay, so you can also do this like that. There is anything in JS, like dollar is also from JS na? We use function that run on stack memory, but what about JS? Don't use function, we directly write code in and run it. So Deepak, we can also write the function in it. Okay, Okay, it depends on our use. Right now we don't have to use our function for 2 or 3 times. We don't have to run our code 2 to 3 times. That's why we are not using the function. But from the Monday class, it's totally oriented from the function. Okay, so Monday I'll explain you what is a function, how, why we can use it. Okay, and we'll also solve some problems with respect to the functions, and we'll also solve the same problem that we already solved with respect to the functions. Am I making sense, Deepak? How we can include 0 and 1 beginning to the make it a proper series. Okay, so if you want to include 0 and 1 also, see, 1 would be anyway included, right? So if you want to include the 0 also, okay, so what you can do, output will be starting, in starting it would be blank plus current would be anyway 1, right? So it should be 0 also. Okay, so in that particular case, what we can do, that will be, there are two ways. Either you can concate your series of 0 here. Let's say you can just start, whenever you are printing your output, you can just add 0 to it. That is one way. The second way would be that this is your nth Fibonacci, right? And nth Fibonacci is 0 here, it's 1 here. So you, by any way, you can assign this nth Fibonacci to this output case. Okay, this also you can do. So by any way you want the output to be appended by 0. Cool. ठीक है, ठीक है, yes, agreeing with me. ठीक है, so if you just want like output as starting from 0, then you can assign output, you can add output in like 0 to the output string here when you are printing it, not here, because if you are printing here, then it will be added every time. You can make it happen in my code. Okay, so Parag, in that particular case, what you can do, as I said, okay, you can have this, that is, before this you can have like 0 space output. Okay, let's try this and check it. Okay, you can see. Okay, every time my series would be starting with 0. Okay, cool. है ना? So you can do something like this, but if you have like starting with the 1 also, then it's cool. There's no issue in that. Okay, that's for just understanding purpose. Am I clear up to this point, everyone? Any doubt with regards to anything till this point? Any doubt of today's lecture? No, right? Hariharan, can you please ask your doubt if you are saying yes? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we'll take in the poll. Okay, if you have doubt, then please participate. Please ask the doubt. If you don't have doubt, then please click on true. Okay, great. So Navneet is asking third Fibonacci is 1 and in output it was 0. Third Fibonacci is 1 and output is 0 for n equals to what? Nilu, I'll share the deepest link with you. Don't worry. Priyanshu, as I already told you that we did the n by 2 also. We also did with the method square root function. Okay, both would be fine. And tomorrow I'll also explain something else with you. Over there also we will use the same logic with the n by 2 and with the square root of function. Cool. Okay. N equals to 3. Okay, so yeah, for n equals to 3, the output, it should be 2 only, na? Let's see. Let's go into this. See, this is my Fibonacci series. This is my 0 1 2, right? Okay, so 1 plus 1 would be anyway 2, correct? Yes, no? Third number is 1. Yeah, third number is 1. Third number is 1, but output would be now like we are adding it, right? Okay, 1 is missing. Let's check. Let's check. 3, right? So 3, 1, 2. Yes, it's correct. Huh? So what is the mistake here? What is the mistake here? 0 and 1 both are no included. 0 and 1 both are included. So if you can check with this series, what n equals to 10. Okay. So it starts with 0 and 1, right? So just a second. I think so. We have removed some code here. 1 equals to 3 s 0 space output 1. Okay. So it will be printing 0, 1 and 2, but it should print what? You can check it with here. This is series 0, 1, 1, 2. Okay. Let's check why it's happening like this. Let's debug our code. See, n equals to 3, then 0, 1 is not there, 2 less than equals to n. Okay, for starts with 2, printing till the n. Okay, let's check right now what is producing. 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 1, 2. It should produce, right? Okay. Uh, okay. Okay, wait a minute. Console.log and script would be what? 2, right? So for the series, it should be 1, 1, 2, 0, 1, 1, 2. It's printing up to this. Yes, no? It's printing up to this, na? Yes? Yes or no? Okay, right? Right? Now, see, it's printing now. It's printing now because initially, initially this 10 plus previous operation was done. After that, we were printing it. That's why the initial operation was not no printing out. Cool. Otherwise, our code was proper. It's just a matter of printing one. Cool. Okay. Everyone, now it's clear. Okay, we'll move to the another problem now. It is pretty simple for you guys since you have no experienced more complex operations as well. Okay, it would be pretty much easy for you. I'll just no write the problem and we'll go in the break, and after the break we'll discuss that particular problem and then we will move to the another question. Okay, so uh huh. So let's say, so if you think about the factorial one. Okay, so factorial, so those guys who don't know the factorial, so for any factorial, let's say for 3 factorial, this is the sign of factorial. Okay, this exclamation mark, this is known as factorial in mathematics. So for all those guys, can you please tell me how many guys are don't know the factorial? How many guys don't know the factorial? So that I can explain in that way, in that proper basic way. Forgot, you have forgot. Okay, you know it or not, just write yes no. Okay, since many guys know it. Okay, if you want to find n factorial, then it should be 3 into 2 into 1. That means n is your 3 here. Okay, so compare it with the n into n minus 1, n minus 2, up to you will get output 1. Okay, this is the logic for the factorial, right? Okay, okay, so for every time, so can I say 3 factorial would be equals to 3 into 2 factorial? Okay, can I say 3 into 3 factorial equals to 3 into 2 factorial, 3 into 2 into 1 factorial, and 1 factorial is anyway 1. Okay, that is why it's giving me output like this way. Okay, I wrote it like this directly, but internally it will do this process. Okay, so for any number such as 5, okay, 5 factor if you want to find, then 5 into 4 factorial, then 5 into 4 into 3 factorial, then 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 factorial, then 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 factorial. Whenever you reach 1, your output would be anyway 1. Okay, so your output would be 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, 20, 30, 60, 120. So output would be 120 here. So this is your logic. Okay, so for any number n, you have to do process like n into n minus 1 factorial. If you want to find n factorial, then you have to do process n into n minus 1 factorial. For this n minus 1 factorial, this should be called again, like whatever you did for n factorial, you have to do the same process, but with the different value, right? Initially it was with n, now it will be with the n minus 1, so it will be n. Now it will be n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial. How many times you should do this process? Till the time you will get the 1 factorial, right? Till the 1 factorial you have to do this process. Okay, okay, so you have to make a function that will be called again and again for every operation. Okay, for every iteration it will be called the same function. Okay, okay, so you have to make this kind of logic. Okay, how to make this particular logic? It's a pretty simple code. Okay, so you have to think about it. I'm giving you the 15 minutes of break if you guys want it. If not, I'll continue. This depends. It depends on you. Yes, you can use any loop. Just if I say loop, then you can use any loop for while any loop that you want. Okay, you guys want break or not? Leakage is saying that break. Cool. Okay. So we'll take for 15 minutes of break and we'll be back at 10, 12:20. It's almost 14 minutes of break. Okay. 13 minutes of break right now. So we'll back at 12:21. Okay. 12:21. Paste the code in doubt section. But which code there is? I haven't written any kind of code. For every code that we have already done, it will be pasted here in the dpaste link. I'll at the end of the lecture I'll share this link of dpaste. You can access everything here. Is it okay? This school na? ठीक है, so we'll be back at 12:21. You guys can take break now. Okay. We'll be back, guys. Hi, guys. Am I audible? Cool. Okay. So, Jayesh, that's great that you have tried. Nilu, you also have tried. Awesome. Okay. I don't know it's correct or not, but still you have tried, right? Jayesh, I have checked your code. It seems correct to me. We'll run this and we'll check it. Okay. That's cool. Uh, okay. I plus plus. Yeah. Nilu, I think so. Your code is will be also fine. Okay. Navneet, great. Thank you for posting. Right. I think so. It will also work. Navneet. Okay. Now I'm be sharing my screen. I'll share my screen. Let me know once it's visible. Okay. So what we will do now that we will entirely focus on one thing. Okay. We'll entirely focus on one thing that see we know that we have a particular scenario in which that we can implement this in a softer way, but we have to make it in a one proper way. That means suppose if I'll make a function of factorial, take a function fact, inside this will take a number. Okay. What my factorial logic does, okay, what my factorial logic does, n is equals to n into n minus 1 factorial, right? Similarly for everything, right? Yes. Okay. So what we will do, we have created a function fact n. Whenever we require, we will just call this function factorial of n. It has a job to return the factorial of n into n minus 1. Cool. Okay. So for that particular scenario, what we will do, inside this we will first check whether my n is equals to 0 or not. If my n is 0, then we have to return 1. Why I have returned n equals to 0 here? See, let me just take my tablet. Okay. So I have written n equals to 0 here because see it's my taking if you will take an example of 5 factorial, then 5 into 4 factorial, 5 into 4 into 3 factorial, it will be equivalent to 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 factorial, it will be equivalent to 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 factorial. So 1 factorial, I told you that it's 1, but how? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 into 0 factorial. So 0 factorial is always 1. Okay. Cool. Okay. I told you na that 1 factorial is 1, but how? 1 into 0 factorial. 0 is 1 again. Okay. So this makes same thing repeating again and again, right? Okay. So for that particular case, I have made that if my n is 0, we have to return 1. Correct? It's correct na? Right? Otherwise we need to do something in which we have to call the function one more time. Let's say if n is 0, then we have to return 1. Okay? If my n is 0, then we have to return 1. In every other cases we have to return n into n minus 1, but fact of n minus 1. So see carefully here what we did. We called the same function factorial inside the one other function. Okay? Inside the same function, right? We call the function factorial inside the same function, right? So when the function, can I say this function is calling itself here with a different value, right? So when the function will be calling itself in the same function, and this is something known as a recursion. What it is, we'll see in the like in detail. Don't worry about it. Okay, we see in detail what is recursion in functions lecture, but for now you can just like you can just remember that this function fact, inside this fact function, if I call the fact function again, right, so it will the case of the recursion here. Cool. Okay. So okay, so let's check for the number 5, so where my n or number is equals to 5. Okay. So if my number is equals to 5, then I need to call fact of 5. Okay. Console dot log 5. Right. Right. Let's try to run this. Yes, it's running perfectly. Cool. let's check for 2. So 2, it will be 2 because 2 into 1 factorial, 2 into 2, 2 into 1, where it will be 2. Correct. Let's check for 15. So 15, I don't know what is the factorial value of it, but it's like this much of big number. So similarly, you have implemented, right? If you just run the dry run this code, so Dipanshu, Deepak, we cannot use recursion in every problem. Whenever we have the same requirement, like in this particular case, we have divided our problem into pieces, and for every piece we have to call the same function, right? So for this kind of scenario, where you have this similar kind of requirement, you can implement recursion. See, right? For switch case also, many guys were no fit the switch case in every other solution. So those this kind of things don't do this. Okay, wherever you feel that this kind of requirement is met with the features of particular function or particular topic, then also we can relate it both together. Otherwise, not. Correct. I hope am I making sense, right? We can use recursion in Power Program. Yes, we can use it. Like it, we can use it for Power Program that we did yesterday, right? We can also use the recursion in that. Assign value to num, then what is the num declared for? You can also do like this. Okay, and if you don't want to declare num variable, then you can directly pass the value to it, like 5. Okay, but if you do like this also, it will work. Okay, it will work the same way. Or else if you just do like this also, then also it would work. Same thing. Just the same thing. Am I clear? Yes, Priyanshu. Cool. We can also do this from loop, just like my code. Yes, we can do it. So I think so one of you guys, like this code has posted by someone else, I don't know. Not this code. uh, Jayesh has posted the code, है ना? So if I will show you the code of Jayesh, this is the code of Jayesh, right? So sorry. So if you can see, then his code is included the comments also, right? So that's great, Jayesh. You are progressing day by day. That's very good to see. Okay. So he has taken n equals to 170. Answer is equals to 1. Okay. For every scenario, let's say I equals to 1 till it will run 170. For every scenario, he is doing answer is equals to answer into I. What do you think, it will work or not? Let's say take for a smaller value. Let's say 5. Okay. So think about 5. It will work or not? This will work or not? 120. Let's say for 2. Okay, it will be 2. Okay, so it is without recursion. And yeah, one more thing is that, guys, recursion you have to avoid whenever possible. Okay, don't use recursion is considered as bad practice. Okay, if you implement recursion, then it's something called as bad practice. But there are some problems that cannot be solved without using recursion. Why we are using recursion? Because if you can see, then this code is like this much of big, right? But compared to this compared to this code, where it was, yeah, compared to this code that we have written, see, it is pretty simple to understand also, right? It's a less number of code, है ना? Recursion will also use the extra space. Yes, correct. Okay, that we all see in the lecture of the function and recursion, है ना? But there are some problems. Keep in mind, there are some problems where we have to implement recursion no matter what. But don't try to implement it unnecessarily, you know. If the answer is simple also, don't make it complicated by including recursion will take a lot of time, a lot of space, and at some point of time, the understanding the code of recursion would be complex. That's the main reason why we tell developers of beginner that try to avoid recursion as and when there are as it possible. Okay, When we learn MySQL also, over there also something called the store procedures and CTEs. So CTEs also considered as bad practices. Okay, we should avoid it. So there are some kind of checkpoints that we need to check whether in this particular code recursion is implemented or not. In this particular code, it is taking less space or not. There are unnecessary variables are declared or not. Comments are there or not. So there are some checkpoints through which we can code like check the quality of the code, right? Right. So till this point, any point of doubt that you have? Harish, we will see which is the best. Okay, we will see which is the best. You will not observe much difference between like this factorial. This is a small requirement of factorial. Okay, you will not have much problem in this. It's like the same thing that you are taking water from the ocean. Okay, it is negligible. It is not having any difference in between this as of now. Sir, explain n into fact n minus 1. Okay, then as we have seen in this particular scenario, for 5 factorial, what you are doing in the first step, 5 into 4 factorial, that means n into n minus 1 factorial only. Similarly, for every other case, true? Yes. So for this n minus 1 factorial, we are calling again this particular thing with the value n minus 1. So it will be equivalent to n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial. We have to go till the 0 or 1 we reach, right? We have to go with till 0 because 0 is factorial. We have declared in the code that you should return 1. For 0, you should return 1, right? That will be a stopping criteria. Yes. So after this 1 return 1, it will not call this function fact again because it is in the if side, if statement. Okay? You can also write it something like this. If you want to modify this code, you can write like this and you can remove this else. Okay? This will be your optimized version of the code. It will also return the same thing. Okay? Can you tell real time values of return, how it is sharing previous and getting the new one? Okay, cool. Let's see. Yes, Harish, it is used in real time also. Debugger. Let's see now. So see, right now your see we have used the function return value, so I cannot show each and every time what is the return value. Okay, but we can see what is inside this. Okay, so let's see. It's 5 right now. It is not equal to 0, so it will into this particular statement. 5 into factor of 4. Okay, 5 minus 1, that is 4. It will call again. Okay, with the n equals to 4. Okay, now again, since my n is 4, right? Since my n is 4, it will call again with the value 3. Okay, so this is 3. For 3 also, 3 into factor of 2, it will call the 2. For 2 also, it will call 2 into factor of 1, it will call 1. For 1 also, it will call 1 into factor of 0. Now you have value 0 right here, it will return 1. Okay, okay. Similarly it will return for every other case. So after the solving one problem, so it is like this. It is like this, that for 5 factorial, it was 5 into 4 factorial, 5 into 3 into 2 factorial, 5 into 3 into 2 into 1 factorial, 5 into 3 into 2 into 1 into 0 factorial. Okay, this 0 factorial is what? 1, right? After you resolve this, the value of this would be written to this. Okay, that will be 5 into 3 into 2 into 1, right? Okay, after you resolve this, it will be written to this, it will be written to this, it will be written to this, and finally it would be written to this. Cool. So here also, if you have seen that after the value of 0, we have written 1. Okay, since it has written, like it has cleared this operation, now it will return this to this. Okay, so for previous operation that we had with the n equals to 2, it is resolved now. For n equals to 3, it is also resolved now. You can check the value of n right now. Okay, for value of 4 also, it will be resolved now. For value of 5 also it will resolve now. And finally, it will be returned to the factor of 5, it will be 120. Okay, you can see it has printed 120 here. Do you want me to understand in bit detail? Do you want to understand in bit detail? Or it is okay? We understood. You got it or not, guys? Yes or no? Okay, so for every scenario, it will return to the above case. Okay, so after making it zero, it will resolve each and every operation that it has called. Correct? Yes. It's tricky somehow. No, it's not. Let me show you. Okay, so instead of this return, let me show you in different way. Okay, so that you can understood. Sum equals to zero. Okay, I'll call as my uh, result as zero. Okay, so instead of this, what I'll do, I'll assign it to result is equals to n into fact into n minus 1. Okay, after doing this, we'll print it here the result only. Fact of 5, we'll call this, and here we'll print the result, console dot log result. Okay, and here we'll make result is equals to result into 1. Will it run or not? Will it run or not? Or else you can also do something like this, na, that see, this code will be entirely be the work as a same way. So if you just execute this without understanding it, without making it tricky, internally it will do this only. Okay, so if you do this debugger, okay, and debugger is not executed. Let me copy this. Okay, it is a debugger, it has been heated, right? Now, answer is 1 here. For every I equals to 1, I less than equals to 5, it will run, right? So for I less than equals to n equal to true. Here answer is my 1. 1 into 1, that will be 1. 1 into 2 would be 2. 1 into 3 would be 3. Okay, so answer is my 6 now. 3 into 2 will be 6. 6 into 4, that will be 24. 24 into 5, this will be 5. It will be 120. After this, after you reach this point, you need to stop, right? The same scenario, the same thing we have implemented in this. Yeah, the same thing we have implemented in this. Yeah. For this, to run this again, Firefox is somehow a bit tricky because somehow like for some case it will not like it will not working. It is not working. If you just create this code and copy this code, paste it. Okay. Okay. So now, if you check it now, for n equals to 5 we have called. Right now, it will be returning 5 into 4. Okay. 5. So stack is what? Stack is like this way. So right now your fact operation with the value 5 it's pending. Then after your fact value will be 4, that will be pending. So whenever this one zero factor will be resolved, it will resolve this, it will resolve this, it will resolve this also. Okay, let's check it. Okay, so right now it has no fills the stack with the value 5. Now my n is 4. Okay, since I have 5 minus 1, that is 4. Similarly for 4 into this 3, it will be also pushed into the stack, right? See, this is for n equals to 4. This is for n equals to 5. This is for n equals to 3. These are pending to resolve it. Okay? It should resolve. Okay? Now, this is my n equals to 3 case. For 3, it will be 3 into fact of 2. right? So see, this is no pending, and this pointer is stating that this is it is in the current, like currently it is executing this case, you know, it is my pending state. 5 4 3, it is my pending state. Right now it's in the n equals to 2, right? Okay. Okay. For n equals to 2 also it has executed and it has pushed into this. Okay. Okay. Right now it's executing fact of n with the value n. Okay. So for n also it will do the same thing, 1 into fact of 0. Okay. Okay. So now can you see right now it's in the n equals to 0. Can you see it, guys? Are you with me or not? Are you with me or not, Vishal? Are you getting now? Right. Now let's move further. Okay. So this is for fact of n equals to 0, right? For n equals to 0 we told them that return 1, so it has resolved. Okay. So fact of this 0 would be resolved and it has removed. If you can see, it has removed. Now there is no fact of 0 now, right? And can you see the value of return value will be 1 here? Why? Because we returned 1 here from here. Guys, are you with me or not? Everyone got it? Now since with the n equals to 1 it has returned 1, so what we are supposed to do, we have to multiply 1 into 1, you know, this fact of n minus 1 is 1, right? So for n equals to 1 also it has resolved and it has given the value of 2, correct? Right? Yes. So 2 into fact of n minus 1 of 1, that will be 2, right? It has resolved that also, right? So for equals to n equals to 3, we did fact of 2, correct? Right? So 3 into 2, that will be 6. 6 into 4, that will be 24, and 24 into 5, this will be 24 into 5, that will be 120. This will be your 5, that would be 120. So by any way it has removed all the stacks from the call stack and it has given our answer 120. Now you are understanding how this is executing. Now you got it, how it is actually working in background. Rest. Cool. Okay. So that is what I need to know. Like I have, like if you understand this, then you have much confidence, you know, in yourself that it would work by any way, you know. Yes. So enjoy this case. Okay. So recursion is works like this. Okay. So you have to work with the call stack. You can see in the stack how many stacks are pending. So that is why, like, can you see for n equals to 5 it has pending 5 state, for n equals to 1 2 3 4 and 0 also, है ना? So suppose let's say take an example of 120. So there will be 120 pending states, pending stakes in the call stack that has to be resolved in order to get the answer. So that is why recursion is bit tricky. In any of the single case, if your answer is not proper, if it's been stuck inside, so it will be like very problematic for you. Your memory could be, you know, out of stack, you know, so your browser will be hang. That is why we tend to avoid recursion when as and when it's possible, right? Everyone got this point? Let's take a poll if you have got this or not. So for 17% of people saying no, can you guys please tell me in which particular part you want me to repeat? 20% of people are almost saying no. Can you just tell me, guys? Please ask your doubt. You want me to explain it again? You want me to explain it again? What is recursion? Yunus, you have joined late or what? So in that case, please watch recordings because otherwise we will just no repeat the same thing, right? So I'll just tell you in a brief that recursion is like function call itself, that is called as recursion. So in this particular case, you can see like we have called fact, this fact function inside this fact function, right? So this is called recursion. Okay. In detail, I have just explained with the respect to the call stack and all. You can just go through the recordings. Is it fair? Yunus, that would fine, right? For everyone else, please post your doubt. Like I think I can say that 5 to 20%, that would be what, two or three people. They are saying that they are not understanding this concept. Can you guys please post your doubt if you can? Rest everyone are clear. Rest everyone are clear. Yes. Okay. See, Deepak, the stack limit is not defined, right? So it will be handling till your browser can handle. It will depend on your RAM and all. Okay, just like cache memory. So the confusion phases are there. Please ask, please ask the doubt, people, or else I'll just create poll once again. If you have any doubt, please click on false. If you don't have any doubt, please click on yes. If you have doubt, then please post your doubt as well. Okay, I'm asking repeatedly, like again and again, but nobody is posting the doubt. Sometime we got the stack overflow error. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so there is no particular limit of stack. If you just know, have to search for JavaScript stack limit, huh? Stack size limit. So here you can see that there is a different thing for every versions. Okay, they also increase their version according to their version control. Okay, there is no particular stack limit as far as I know. What is the maximum size of stack limit? With too many arguments, hard coded argument limit 565536, because the limit okay, so it will depend on your hardware requirements. It is not having a particular thing as far as I know. Okay, but you don't have to worry about it because we'll not work in that particular complex thing. Even we are not working in that particular cases. I didn't understand how it is working. Okay, Jess. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, so if you have any doubt, just ping me. It's okay. I'll explain it again for you. Okay. So we have called right now fact of phi function. Okay. So it will internally call fact of 4 phi into fact of 4. Correct, Jayesh? Right? It is internally calling phi into 4 into fact of 3. It's internally calling phi into 4 into 3 into fact of 2. Similarly, phi into 4 into 3 into 2 into fact of 1. Similarly, for phi into 4 into 3 into 2 into fact of 0, that will be anyway converted to the 1. Correct? Right? Right? Okay. So it will return this fact, like value of this would be returned into this particular scenario. So fact of 1 would be what? 1. So it will return this value to this one. Fact of 2 would be what? 2, right? So it has, because it has written, so it will return n into fact of 1. 2 into 1, that will be return 2. Okay, so this will return 3 into fact of 2, that will be 3 into 2, that will be 6. It will return into this. It will return 4 into fact of 3, that will be 3 into 2, 6. 6 into 4, 24. This will return 24, will return to this. So 5 into 24, that will be 120. Just, am I okay with this particular point now? So it, at any point of time, it will return n into n minus 1, fact of n minus 1. So for this case, it has written what? 2 into fact of n minus 1, right? Right? If not, then let's understand by 4 factorial example. Okay. So 4 into fact of 3, n into n minus 1 factorial. Okay. It will again call what? 3 into fact of 2. It will again call what? 2 into fact of 1. I hope this would be clear to you now. Fact of 0. Fact of 0 is anyway what? 1. So this 1 into 1, both 2. 2 will be written out to 2 will be written out to what? This one. So fact of 1 is 2 right now. So it's okay. So this 2 into 2, that is 4. Okay, this 4 value will be written out to this, right? Sorry, my mistake, this is 1, so it will return 1 here, not 2. 2 into 1, that will be 2. 2 will be written out to here, so 3 into 2, this will be 2 from this case, right? 3 into 2, that will be 6. So 6 would be written to this. So 4 into factor of 3 would, that is 6. So 6 into 4, that will be 24. Are you getting now what is happening inside the case? Everyone, are you getting now? Yes? No? I want answer from everyone. There are 52 people online. You know, I want answer from everyone. Okay? I'm creating poll again. If any doubt is still there, I'll explain it again. No worries on that. Till the time you are not getting the point, I'll explain it again. Okay? Okay, so yes, now we got 100%. That is satisfying result that we have. So it is returning every factorial before n minus 1 and adding a return, right? Yes, yes, that is the case. So as I told you, na, that 4 is what? 4 into factor of 3. So you have to find the answer for factor of 3. But in order to find the answer factor of 3, you need to do again 3 into factor of 2. You need to find factor of 2. 2 into factor of 1, factor of 1. So factor of 1 will be 1 into factor of 0, that would be 1. So this answer is 1 here. So this factor of 1's answer is 1. So you need to multiply it with 2, that is 2. So twist 2 will be written here. So 3 now, 3 into factor of 2. Factor of 2 is clear, 2. 3 into 2, well, that will be 6. Okay? So factor of 3, that answer is clear now, that is 6. So 6 into 4, that will be 24. So it's depend on every other case till the time you not getting factor of 0. Correct? Cool. Is it proper now? I am getting the thing or not? Since I have got 100% the pool in the final pool, I am assuming that you all guys are aligned with me, right? So no, we have not just understood how to find a factorial, but we also understood how to work with call stack, how to work with recursion. है ना? This is just a basic. Huh? I have not gone into the depth. Since I have gone like in very much of depth till now, since I have shown you what is stack, how to find a return value from the stack, how to read the value from that, है ना? But we'll see everything in detail. We'll solve some more problems regarding to the recursion also in the detail. Okay, whenever till now function is not covered in our class, although we have covered up to large extent what is functions are there, what kind of functions are there, how to recall, how to call it, how to invoke it, how to pass the arguments and parameters. We also like we all gone through this, but still I can say function is not properly taught in your class. It will be covered in the future classes. Okay, so on the Monday I will explain. I'll start with the arrays, है ना? On the tomorrow's class I'll also solve more some more problem with respect to the problem solving, है ना? If you have any further clarification needed in any of the problem, please let me know right now. And at your home also try to work with this call stack, है ना, that we have worked today. Okay, so we can say that this is our case. So see, this is a very small code, right? Inside this small code, there were like many other things that we have encountered. You know, there were 5 stack that were pending, that were depend on each other, right? So factorial, like this is the power of recursion, or you can also call it as curse of recursion. That is why we don't we avoid using that factorial. Okay, I will create this link with the JavaScript. Yes, first month is gonna be over. So how's your experience, people, till this 1 month? How's your experience? Yes, tomorrow is doubt solving, Aishwarya. Okay, 11 to 1 would be your doubt solving, and I'll also share some more problems that you have to solve in the class also. We'll discuss the solution first. We'll discuss the logic. Then I'll tell you to solve the problems. Okay. Okay. See, Likit, there are some non-technical people in our class also. Okay. So I think so our pace is good. We are aligned with what is required with the content. Okay. So before every session, there are team also which will be inclined to us, and they will tell us that this topics should be covered in the session. You know. So they are meant with respect to non-technical people as well. Okay. I think so. You are from tech background, right? So you are getting things quickly. That's great. But there are some people also, the like 50% of people also in our class, those are from non-technical background. So for them, we need to do spend some more time for them, because at the end of the day, this is the like two-way communication, right? This is not a monotonous course. So many topics can we cover in 6 months? Yes, we will cover it. Likit, we will surely cover it. Okay, it will take time. Don't rush on the things, है ना? It will not come like overnight. You have to spend more time with respect to solving problems, है ना? So those would become when you understand the concept in detail. So that's what I told you right now, that if we have found this factorial, we don't just know how to find the factorial, right? We just like we debug this thing, how to debug, how to work with call check. We also learned this thing along with this problem. So it's not only about solving recursion, it's also solving a lot of problems and also understanding a lot of things. Every time if I'm repeating the solution, you are getting something new. I don't know you are getting my point or not, right? Every time you will learn something new with the same solution. Okay, so that's how you need to work. Deepak, you can solve some basic problems from GFG. Okay, you can start learning from them, you can start reading from them, start exploring. Yeah, don't wait for some topics to be happen. Arrays, although arrays are the required topics to be happen, but just start reading at least from GFG. They have good content. Am I clear up to this point? So don't worry about the course pace. You like everything would be covered. Don't worry about it. If needed, we'll also cover some extra classes. But I think so. We are right now. We are aligned with the course. We are not lagging behind. Okay, we are aligned with the course. Or I can say we are ahead of the course, because if I can say about the functions, then functions are remaining to be happen if we are going with the content. But we have covered at most like many concepts of the function we have already covered, right? You are also facing the same scenario, where if I open the PPT or if I open the class deck, then you will feel that this topic is already being covered. Yes, no? So don't worry about the pace. We just focus on the learning, right? So I'm creating the final poll for today. Okay. Any doubt till this point? Any doubt till this point? Everyone, from anyone, any doubt? No? Cool. Okay. So this is the final poll for today. We'll meet tomorrow at 11 a.m. In that class, we will solve more problems. We'll focus on more concepts. We'll solve the things at utmost details. Okay? Okay? Okay, na? Okay, so we will end our session at this point. Cool. And I hope you have learned something new from this class also, right? As from every other classes. Okay, so you can also tell me that which particular point or which particular topic you want to be emphasized on the lecture. Yes, thank you, Vishal. Uh, I am scrap. Oh, Chandrakant, yeah, that's funny. So for everyone that is clear, please yes say yes no. Okay, you have guys have enjoyed today's class or not? Please tell in the comment section so that we can rest assured that you are also aligned with us. Okay, I don't want anyone from you to without understanding this class. If I have to spend more 3 hours to explain anything, I'll spend it no matter what. Okay, will not see the time. Okay, so please ask more and more doubts. Please understand the concepts. Please watch recordings. Okay, Seems easy so far. That's great, Jayesh. Cool. So we'll end this session as of now, and we'll meet tomorrow. I have attend the re-level exam. That problems are very way too hard. Okay, we'll solve that. Don't worry, Deepak. Okay, we'll eventually we'll solve everything. Don't worry. This is just a ABCD of what we are going through in detail. We have not started the arrays also. You know, we have not seen the DSA also. We have not seen what is Node.js. We have not seen how to develop APIs. We have not seen how to work with the Mongo. Don't worry about this all. Okay, just take baby steps, and after the end of the 2 to 3 months you can see that how far you have come. Now also you can see like we have completed 1 month, hai na? So till now you have understood like a lot of details, lot of basic details that I don't think so every one of you will know, right? First we will learn DSA, Vaibhav, because DSA is a core. So I'm not sure because first we have to complete the DSA part, hai na? So from the next week onwards, like from this Monday onwards, we'll start the arrays. Cool. Arrays with the 2 dimension arrays, 3 dimension arrays. Will solve problems with respect to arrays. Don't feel that this is like just like a theoretical thing, because this is not this involves a lot of logic and brain work. Correct me if I'm wrong. Cool. So that's all for today's class, and we'll meet tomorrow at 11. Yeah, we'll solve more problems. So that's, and at the end of the day, that's just no thing of like solving problems and developing your logic. You all guys agree with me? Okay, where is Priyanshu, Dipanshu, Hariharan, Ekta? ठीक है. Okay. ठीक है, Nidu, Bharat, Deepak. So at with this note, we'll end our class for today. We'll meet tomorrow finally, and I'm ending the class. Okay. So have a great day, and try to learn. Even if this is Sunday, try to learn the things. Okay. Watch some recordings also. Cool. So we'll end the session now, and we'll meet tomorrow. Goodbye, and happy weekends. Okay. Bye.